Good evening, good morning, good day, and a namaskar to all the eminent audiences, all the distinguished speakers, and who are joining us from the different looking corners of the globe, such as New York, Paris, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Bangkok, Jakarta, Malaysia, China, Sydney, and many others, and of course, our beloved country, India. Today we are gathered here in this webinar, which is, we have planned it in a very well way, and we have decided, me and Reza, we thought to make this webinar exclusively for the Indian women, and that's why we have titled it as the Indian Women's Voices in Tourism and Hospitality Progress, Challenges, and a Call to Action. I would also like to tell you, everyone, because in Sanskrit language, we used to say Yatra Narastu Pujante Ramante Tatra Devata, that we can translate, and where women are honored, divinity resides there. And we are trying to connect this wonderful Sanskrit quote with tourism industry. And we truly welcome you. I really welcome you on the behalf of Institute of Tourism, and today we are not just hosting a webinar. Actually, we are participating in a global dialogue, although it is based on specifically on Indian women participation in the tourism and hospitality industry. But the wonderful thing is this, that it is telecasted on the YouTube and or other social medias globally. So that's why I'm saying you, it is not just centered on Indian women, but it is a global dialogue. And the most important thing which I want to tell you is that we are here to discuss a very timely and a transformative theme, because in the end of this webinar, I'm very much sure all the listeners, all the participants will be going to take some good outputs, something which is really valuable for their future, for their research work as well. And it is more important for us because, as all Indians or maximum Asians must be aware that the Navratris are going on in India, which is one of the most, celebrated festival of Indian womanhood, dedicated to goddess Durga, who represents the strength, power, and the creation. And I think the women participation in tourism industry is somehow is a combination again of strength, power, and creation and creativity. And that's why I would like to say thanks, first of all, to Reza for planning such a wonderful theme for this particular webinar. And with this note, I would like to tell you that we are honored to have with us our, distinguished expert panel who are joining us today in the online mode. We have Ms. Anita Mahandiratta, who is a special advisor to UN Tourism. She's a diplomat and esteemed author. We have Professor Sunita she's the head of the department from Central University of Haryana, India. We have Professor Das. She's a professor at IITTM. Then we have Dr. Venisa. She's an associate professor at IIM Sirmaur. We have with us Professor Shamta Chaudhary. She is the director of research of Vardhaman Open University, Rajasthan, India. We have Dr. Manpreet Arora with us. She is associate professor at Central University of Himachal Pradesh. And then we have Dr. Anila Thomas, who is the head of the Department of Tourism of Jyoti Niwas College. And last but not least, we have Dr. Rupa Sinha. And she is an Indian but residing in Canada as a tourism instructor. So these will be the panel members with us today. And before we proceed, I would like to inform you, our the global viewers, that Miss Anita, despite of her best efforts, was not able to join us, live due to her flight schedule. And however, she sent us a recorded video, and I would like to request Reza to play that video for us. And before I think he's playing it. Yep.
A very warm namaskar. My name is Anita Menderotta, Special Advisor to the Secretary General of UN Tourism, and importantly, a very proud Indian daughter. It is my pleasure to speak with you at this special event focused on Indian women voices in tourism and hospitality, progress, challenges, solutions, and a call to action. Tourism at its heart is about more than travel. It is about the way that a journey can open our eyes, our hearts, connecting us to people we may never have otherwise met, and giving us a sense of belonging far from home. Yes, it is one of the world's largest industries, employing 1 in 10 people worldwide, contributing over $11 trillion to the global economy, 10% of global GDP. It also drives critical investment that shapes national identities, unity, and possibility, and adding unique sentiment and skills to local experience delivery. But importantly, its true value cannot only be measured in the numbers and the way in which it builds strategic pillars of a country. It lives in the bridges that it builds between cultures, livelihoods it sustains, and the traditions it helps to preserve. And in this deeply human story of tourism, women play an extraordinary role. Women, we all, bring strength, spirit, and sensitivity to the way that the industry takes shape. Women carry with them the stories, the skills, and the cultural knowledge that give destinations their soul. Women nurture families, enterprises. And when women are given a chance to lead, supported by training, investment, and mentorship, women don't just keep the industry alive, they help it flourish in ways that are transformative. We see this transformation most powerfully in India, today the world's most populous country and the fourth largest economy. In such a vast and diverse nation, the role of women in tourism is not peripheral, it is central to how the sector evolves. Across India, women are beautifully rewriting the narrative of hospitality. Women are stepping forward as entrepreneurs, as guides, as storytellers, as innovators, as leaders, and as national ambassadors through tourism. Today, you will hear from an array of wonderful speakers focusing on women, offering an industry a deep sense of community and a profound understanding of what it means to create experiences that are safe, authentic, and unforgettable. Tourism is more than an industry, it is and a stage where India can show the world its heart, its heritage, its incredible diversity, and its unbelievable possibility. Every journey through our villages, our cities, our mountains and rivers is a chance to tell a story of the people who make India extraordinary. It is a platform for pride and purpose. Pride in our culture, our traditions, and our crafts. Pride in the warmth, resilience, and creativity of our communities. Because each traveler who experiences India takes a piece of our story, and with it, a deeper understanding of who they are for the rest of their lives. Through tourism, Indian women do not simply magnify the nation's invitation, they make it richer, more meaningful, more human. They invite the world to meet the incredible Indians who give this country its soul, the artisans who weave magic into fabric, the guides who carry centuries of stories in their hearts, the innovators, the creative minds who unlock and transform the industry through experiences, through technology, through human connection. They are the ones that make India truly incredible. In every smile offered to a visitor, in every hand extended in welcome, tourism becomes a living celebration of the incredible people of India. And through it, India stands not just as a destination, but as a reflection of the strength, beauty, spirit, and unity of its people. This is the future of tourism in India and across the globe. A future where women are not invisible contributors, quite the contrary, they are visible leaders. A future where their spirit and skill guide us towards an industry that is more resilient, sustainable, and more human. Because when women rise in tourism, entire communities rise with them. And when India, with its scale, heritage, and dynamism, embraces women led transformation, the impact resonates far beyond India's borders. So let us, together, ensure that women are not only the backbone of the sector, they are the face, the voice, the future, and the heartbeat of incredible India. Dhanyavad.
So I think it's a wonderful message which she has given us. Thank you, Mrs. Mandiratta, for the insightful and powerful message. And your words set the perfect tone for the discussion today. But of course, the tourism and hospitality industry sector is a massive employer for women globally, and India is, of course, no exception at all for that. I must say that this is the right time that we cannot consider that women are they are just not only in the background but actually they are the backbone now. That is the beauty of the Indian women now in the tourism and hospitality industry. She rightly said that they are breaking the glass ceiling and stepping into as in the leadership roles, as the general manager or the branch heads and entrepreneurs, and even the owners of the hotels, and making this industry more beautiful. So thank you once again, Ms. Mendirata, for your wonderful speech. And with this note, I would like to now invite our second speaker, Professor Sunita Tawar. I hope she is with us. Can we have our second speaker? I'm not sure she's here or not.
I think she's here.
She's here.
Dr. Anukruti, is it possible to give me another 10 minutes?
Okay, I have no issue. In that
I'm
case,
connecting it with laptop, actually.
no problem. So, in that case, I would like to request Professor Das, if it is possible for you to make your presentation, please, for us. So let me tell you all about Professor Das first of all. She is a very experienced academician, and she is skilled in coaching, lecturing, and instructional design, team building, and public speaking, and a strong education professional and PhD focused in management organizational behavior from Jyoti Bihar, and as a professor at the Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management, IITTM. Her responsibilities are nurturing the next generation of tourism professionals through academic excellence and practical insights. So I welcome you, madam, for your lecture, please.
Thank you very
Look
much.
forward to
And
listening. Thank you.
on behalf of the Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management, I have immense pleasure and privilege in being present in this platform, which is discussing on a subject that is of tremendous contemporary relevance, both for the present as well as for the future of tourism. I would, of course, like to thank Reza for sending me the invite to be part of this important forum. We are today here to talk about leadership, to talk about the redefinition of leadership among the women in this sector of tourism hospitality in India. India, of course, as we all know, is the most populous nation and the world's fourth largest economy. But at the current point, it stands at crossroads because tourism here is not just an economic engine, it is a living exchange of culture, values, and identities. And within this vast ecosystem, women are playing roles that are both indispensable yet under recognized. Globally, women represent more than half the workforce in tourism, yet their contributions are too often invisible, overshadowed by entrenched stereotypes and structural barriers. What are we witnessing now then? We are witnessing a shift, a transition from invisibility to visibility, from marginality to leadership, and I'm extremely proud of the fact that at IITTM, my organization, which is under the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, we have undertaken this extremely serious task. Let me talk to you about women as catalysts for change. Tourism flourishes when diversity and empathy shape its practice. Women bring both in abundance along with a natural sensitivity to community and environment. When women lead in tourism, the visitor experience is transformed, not just by better service, but by deeper cultural connection and inclusivity. This recognition is embedded in India's National Tourism Policy of 2022, which emphasizes gender equity. Skill development initiatives such as Hunar Se Rozgar Tak and Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana provide women with training in guiding, hospitality, and crafts. Meanwhile, credit and entrepreneurial support from Startup India and Mudra Yojana allow women to build and scale their enterprises. Policy in this context acts as both an enabler and an equalizer. However, there are also a lot of very good positive examples where women are challenging stereotypes. Across India today, women are redefining spaces once dominated by men. Let me give you some examples. In Ladakh, women are running mountain homestays, an organization which is not only providing livelihoods, but also conserving culture and tradition. In Delhi and Jaipur, the Women on Wheels initiative is empowering women taxi drivers while ensuring safer journeys for female tourists. In the Himalayas, groups like Girls on Hills are training women trekking guides, breaking into the adventure travel industry with confidence and competence. And I think we'll all admit that adventure tourism was traditionally a terrain for men only. These are not isolated stories. They signal a systematic shift where women are reclaiming roles that were once thought beyond their reach. Let's talk about hospitality. Hospitality in India has long been considered a cultural hallmark. When women lead, it takes on new dimensions. Let me give you the example of Seva in Gujarat, where through Seva, artisans and craftswomen are linked directly with visitors or tourists, turning cultural tourism into a platform for environment. Closer home in Odisha, women-led ecotourism projects at Satkosia and Chilika demonstrate how livelihoods, conservation, and tourism can be woven together seamlessly. This is definitely more than hospitality. It is a form of stewardship, what ethicists can call the ethics of care, where hosting is about nurturing relationships and sustaining ecosystems. Let's then go now beyond business. Let's talk about impact and inclusion. The real significance of women in tourism lies in the way they extend its purpose beyond business metrics. In Nagaland and Meghalaya, community homestays reinvest their income in education, culture, and local well being. Women owned travel companies across India are designing itineraries tailored for solo female travelers, opening spaces that were once unsafe or inaccessible. Ecotourism initiatives led by women minimize plastic, regenerate landscapes, and involve local youth in conservation. These ventures demonstrate that women entrepreneurs in tourism are not simply market players, they are social innovators and custodians of heritage. At the policy level, there are three pillars that are extremely important. Number one is safety. Initiatives such as Tourist Police and Nirbhaya linked schemes provide the secure environment necessary for women both as travelers and as professionals. If we talk about skills and resources, training and credit schemes help women transition from informal roles into structured, scalable enterprises. And if we are concerned about global alignment, India's push for gender equality in tourism resonates with the UNWTO's gender mainstreaming strategies and the G20's emphasis on inclusive growth. So, at a deeper level, women's participation in tourism invites us to rethink what travel, tourism, and hospitality itself means. Travel is not just physical movement, it is a dialogue across boundaries of gender, culture, and power. By stepping into leadership, women are redefining tourism as a more ethical, inclusive, and sustainable practice. To conclude, women have always been integral to the functioning of this sector, though their role was often hidden. Today, they are moving forward from the periphery to the center, from the unseen to the celebrated. For India to realize its ambition of becoming a global leader in tourism, travel, and hospitality, empowering women is not simply desirable, it is absolutely essential. Women are not only strengthening the industry, they are reshaping its values. And here at IIT Team, we join the race, this competition, by reorienting it towards inclusivity, sustainability, and human connection. In this transformation, women are not just the backbone of tourism, they are the face, they are the conscience, and they also are the future. Thank you once again for providing me an opportunity to share my thoughts on this platform, which is decorated with such illustrious personalities. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Das. What a wonderful, speech you did. I mean, like, it's so nice. Like I said, they're not in the background, but they are the backbone. And now you're saying they're the face. So we are going a step ahead. And that's the beauty exactly that why we have planned this particular webinar. You are justifying it. Thank you so much to be with us. You rightly said that women are increasingly acting as a catalyst for change in the tourism and hospitality sectors and beyond. They are moving beyond the traditional and lower paying roles and becoming more influencer leaders and entrepreneurs. And you rightly said about the tracking guides, the adventure tourism, sports, as well as you talked about the examples stated by you from Ladakh, Meghalaya, Nagaland. They're really wonderful. Thank you so much for giving us the practical knowledge as well at the same time. And you rightly, told us about the government initiatives for the women in tourism and hospitality industry, which is very much needed to be discussed today. Thank you so much for giving your insightful thoughts to us. Thanks. So, can we have now Dr. Sunita with us? Are you there, madam? I'm not able to hear
Thank you, Dr. Anukriti, and good evening, distinguished guests, colleagues, and change makers. It's an honor to stand before you that you have invited me for speaking on the topic women entrepreneurship and empowerment through tourism. We often hear about women in tourism. Today, I want to talk about women who are tourism, the unseen architect who are not just participating in the industry but are quietly profounding and rewriting its very grammar. My talk is about unlocking this unexplored power. A mental map of tourism is outdated. We see the infrastructure, the hotels, the airlines, but if we look closer, we see a different economy thriving. May I know whether my voice is audible?
Yeah, it's audible.
Okay. So I'm talking about that it's the economy of the kitchen where heritage recipes are shared, the forest path guided by ancestral knowledge, the living room that becomes a cultural classroom. This is the map drawn by women entrepreneurs. They are shifting the industry's core from impersonal transaction to profound human connection. The unexplored question. Instead of asking how many women work in tourism, we must ask unexplored questions. What is the invisible social and ecological capital women built? How are they decommodifying travel by offering unique, authentic experiences that resist homogenization? And crucially, are they demonstrating the blueprint for regenerative tourism? One that leaves communities and environments stronger, not just sustained. My dear friends, the unexplored perspective is their innate stewardship mindset. For many women entrepreneurs, success isn't just profit, it's a preservation. They are culture bearers, ensuring traditions live on. They are community nurturers, reinvesting revenues into health and education. This isn't a corporate ESG strategy, it's a natural outcome of their leadership. They manage tourism enterprises as assets they hold in trust for future generation. Across the globe, we see these connection economy in action. In Morocco, Berber women aren't just hosting, they are cultural translators. In Costa Rica, they are ecological guardians. In Kenya, collective protect communal intellectual property. In Japan, they build bridges between generations. In each case, the service is a vehicle for a much deeper exchange of value. In India, this unfolds as enterprises of living heritage. In Himachal, a homestay is an act of hospitality that sustains a mountain community. In Kerala, a spice tour is a sensory journey preserving agricultural wisdom. In Rajasthan, a weaving cooperative is a bulwark against cultural erosion. These women are entrepreneurs, yes, but their product is living, breathing culture. This brings us to the core issue, the unvalued economy. We measure the tourist dollar, but we ignore the ripple effects, the emotional labor of hosting, the work of cultural safeguarding, the effort of maintaining community cohesion, the invisible labor. Yes, my dear friends, the invisible labor is the bedrock of sustainable tourism, yet it remains absent from our balance sheets and policy frameworks. The challenges women face are not just barriers, they are symptoms of system mismatch. Access to capital is designed for rapid scale, not deep impact. We lack metrics to measure cultural preservation, and the work is often pushed into informality, denying them the recognition and protection of being formal entrepreneurs. We are trying to fit a web of connection into a box built of transaction. Our solutions must therefore be systemic. We need impact investment that values social returns in tourism. We must develop new metrics to quantify their cultural and ecological impact. We can foster digital cooperatives that help them scale connection, not standardization. And crucially, we need policy recognition that legitimizes their role as cultural bearers and community stewards. So, my call to action today is a call to revalue. To investors, look beyond the financial bottom line to the social one. To policymakers, to create frameworks that protect and promote this model. And to all of us, let's redefine success. The future of tourism will not be measured by arrivals alone, but by the strength of the bridges built between people, cultures, and generation. That future has a profoundly feminine signature. In conclusion, women entrepreneurs in tourism are the unseen architect of more authentic, resilient, and human industry. They are showing us that the most valuable currency in travel is not the dollar, but the connection, meaning, and care. Let us not just unlock their potential, let us learn from their wisdom. So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Sunita. She is Professor Sunita. She's expert in the field of organization behavior, human resources, cross-cultural management, training and development, and of course in entrepreneurship. And she's having experience of 17 years. And she is working in the Department of Management Studies in the School of Law, Governance, Public Policy and Management in the Central University of Haryana. And she's a PhD from MLSU, Udaipur. I'm so much glad to have you, Professor Sunita, over here. And you rightly talk about the women entrepreneurs. Actually, today we can say that women entrepreneurs are a powerful force for change and contributing to the tourism and hospitality industry in several key ways, in the many ways, like they are the key holders for the economic empowerment. They are the job creators. They are the base for the community-based tourism. They are the base for sustainable and ethical practices in tourism and hospitality industry, as well as I think women actually are the base of the innovations and the creativity in this particular in this particular service industry. And you have rightly addressed that yes, we are still facing some limitations. We are still facing some hindrances, like maybe we can say the lack of business knowledge in a professional way, lack of skill training, maybe some social cultural barriers are also there. And maybe some, in the era of AI, we need to, inculcate the values, we need to inculcate the learnings for digital learnings. I can say we need to inculcate the mentorship and the digital learning in the Indian women more and more. So I'm so much thankful once again to you, Professor Sunita, to be with us. And moving ahead, the next speaker with us today is Dr. Vanessa, a very wonderful lady. She's associate professor at the Indian Institute of Management, Sirmaur. And I am saying this because I personally, watching her achievements and her back-to-back dedication for this particular industry, not only in the research, but for the students as well. Being a teacher, I really appreciate that she's just not only concentrating on her growth or her research work, but she is focused so much on the student development. And she is really helping the young generation to be a part of tourism and hospitality industry and making a very positive image of this industry. And Dr. Vanessa, she is currently actually working as associate professor in IIM Sirmaur, India, and She joined IIM after completing 4 years of service as a head of department at the University of Africa. So, Dr. Vanessa, basically your bio is quite big. If I'll start reading it, it will take another 1 hour. So I'm going to skip it. But because we really want our audiences to know about our eminent speakers, that's why we made the exclusive pages of each and every speakers, and their bios are there. So I really request everyone, if you want to connect with any of the speakers, please do visit the website, the web link. Their bios, their contact details are mentioned over there. And without taking much of the time, I'm eager to listen to you, Dr. Vanessa. Over to you now. Thank you.
Okay. So can you hear me?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yes. So I would like to say thank you. First of all, that was such a generous kind of introduction. And I think that I would like to say bonjour because I'm from the island of Mauritius, but I am working in India, as Anukrati has said. It's 4 years now. So I have observed enough. I think I have lots of information to say, to share with you regarding the transformation of women today. So I am Professor Vanessa. And today on World Tourism Day 2025, as we gather under the theme Tourism and Sustainable Transformation, I want to speak of transformation, not just of places and people, but also of lives, especially the lives of women. Women who have long been marginalized, silenced, and constrained by social norms. So just now, as I look at this platform, I see lots of women, of course, men as well, and so many beautiful women. 20 years ago, I can remember my grandmother, even my mother, they would never go to beauty parlor. They would stay at home. They have got very restricted things to do. So they know that this is what we are supposed to do. But today, women are transformed. So already when we see the lives of women, we are transformed. We go to beauty parlors. We take care of our health. We take care of our skin. And we also take care of our work. So I think that transformation is not coming just like through tourism, it's also through women. Woman as a person is very powerful, especially just like Anukrati has mentioned. For a moment, we are praying the Lord Durga, not Lord, the Devi Durga. I'm so sorry, I'm not too familiar. Durga Mata, she's a woman. So she is already someone, a lady deity in the Hindu culture. And she is showing us how women can be powerful. We are powerful, we have power, but we should know how to use our power. So for centuries in many societies, including India, we have seen that women's role were largely confined to home and family. Mobility was restricted, public voice was limited, and the idea of work outside home, especially travel-related work, was often taboo. Women who traveled were sometimes viewed with suspicion. Gossip and moral policing were used to police their freedom, because how can a woman go alone to a place as a traveler? And today we see that we have got lots of solo travelers, women travelers, they are traveling. So I think that in India also tourism is still taboo in many places, not all the places, but in many places. So the idea that a woman can host guests, travel alone, or even run a business in tourism is frowned upon. So I think that as women, we can, because when we see around, we see that there's lots of transformation, because tourism is also not only an industry, it is like a platform for women, as it gives potential to create economic opportunities close to the home. For example, we have got women, they are having homestays, and they are having hospitality businesses, and this can be more flexible, allowing women to balance family responsibilities, work at odd hours, or even engage from their own communities. We like it or not, women, even if, for example, we go to work, when we come back home, we like to handle our own thing, because this is that woman touch, this is that power that we have. And maybe you would have noticed in many houses that when we do not have a woman, you can see the difference, because the touch that woman brings is something different, which cannot be explained, can only be felt. So I feel that tourism empower women socially. And also we have got examples in India. For example, we have got a lady called Tinlas Shurol from Ladakh. Maybe the pronunciation is not good. So she founded the Ladakhi Women's Travel Company, and she became a trekking guide in an environment. This is a very good example. Another example would be, we have got Libya Lobo Sardesai. She was the first director of tourism of Goa. So these are very inspiring examples how women are doing well in this domain. We also see that when we look at statistics, around 54% of people employed in tourism are women, compared to 39% in the broader economy. However, of course, we see that representation in management leadership are still a bit low. For example, in France, women constitute around 55% of the workforce in tourism, but only 20% of women are in management position. So little by little, we are transforming, we are growing, we are progressing. In my country, in Mauritius, women comprise 42.6% of the workforce in tourism, and this is higher than the national average employment share of women in the country. And this shows that in Mauritius, tourism is relatively more gender inclusive. So I think that World Tourism Day is not just about celebrating beautiful places. It is also a reflection day, a moment to ask, how far have we come and how far we still have to go? So sustainable transformation means transformation that includes women, not as token, not as low-wage role, but in leadership, innovation, and ownership as well. So I would say that let tourism be more than travel. Let it be transformation for women, for communities, and for nations. So that's all that I have to say today to all of you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Vinisa. Very, very right observations, and very rightly said that's World Tourism Day or the National Tourism Day. In fact, even it's just not about the beautiful destinations and we just promote the destination. This is actually, that should not only be the motto exactly. And I think you rightly said one or two things are very, very correct. Like the solo female travelers trend is, rising and growing in India like anything, but still we need to focus a lot of things like like in my opinion, like the safety issues are like the main concern, and even sometimes, the cultural differences at the places we can say. But the good thing is this, that the Indian females, the women, they are coming up as a guide, as a trekking guide, as a sports tourism guides. So that is really very much appreciable. That in previous day when I was like pursuing PhD, and tourism is very fascinating subject. And that time I used to say there like there's no women at all who are working in this industry, but gradually it is growing day by day. Though still in India, I can feel this while doing the research work, even when I'm visiting some places, that there are some problems which Indian women are still facing, and we really need to focus upon it. As an academician, as a researcher, we really need to work hard. In fact, the students who are listening to us, I request them to make more and more research work and come up with new innovative ideas, with something which can justify the role and which can make the role of female more prompt in this particular industry. So thank you so much, Dr. Vinisa, for your wonderful address. And before proceeding towards our next eminent speaker, Professor Shamta Chaudhary, I would like to make an announcement, which is again the efforts by Professor Reza. And the Institute of Tourism actually is coming up with a big offer, and the offer includes the 2-night stay in free of course, including the breakfast for 2 persons at Varanasi Taj Group of Hotels, that is the Tree of Life Resorts at Varanasi, and the another one is the Ginger Hotel Goa. But there is a twist, in this. We are offering it, but we are offering it. Actually, we are not offering it. The Indian Hotels Company Limited, the Taj Hotels, is offering us in collaboration with the Institute of Tourism. But the point is this, for grabbing this opportunity, if you are, nothing comes free, So if you really want to grab this particular thing, we request you all, to the audiences, to the viewers, even to the speakers as well, to send Professor Reza your projects, or maybe a paper, or maybe in a form of an article also you can send, that how we can make betterment in the of women in the tourism and hospitality industry. Because we are like me and Reza, we have already discussed about it, and we are not just keeping this particular webinar like, okay, today we are conducting this webinar and after that we don't want to do anything on this particular topic. It's not so. We are planning to come up with back-to-back series related with empowering women in this industry. And not only through the webinars, but we would like to invite the projects, the proposals, as well as the papers also. And because we really want to appreciate somehow the contribution, of our audiences, of our viewers, that's why we are offering this particular thing. That is, if you will send your project, if you will send your proposal, and if it will be selected, definitely we would like to invite you to stay for 2 days at Varanasi or at Goa Taj Group of Hotels. And I think it is a very good opportunity, especially if the students are there from the tourism or hotel business management background. So they can make some projects for us, especially focused meticulously on empowering women. So, and if you need more details, you can contact Professor Reza or to me as well. There's no problem. And now moving towards our next speaker, who is a very dear friend of mine also. So Professor Shamta Chaudhary is with us, and she is the head Department of English in School of Social Sciences and Humanities, as well as she is the Director of Research Department. And I myself personally experienced that she's a very strict research director, by the way. She is very much focused. She is very, very much meticulous about the things when it comes to research work. And she is a wonderful lady, multitasking. And again, like I want to tell you all that she has been awarded Rajasthan Leadership Award in 2012 for her contribution in the field of education. And she is a very good writer. She is a very good speaker, and her articles are published national and international journals. And she has been invited a lot many times to national and international conferences and seminars in India, of course, and as well as in abroad. I welcome you, Professor Shamta, for your keynote address, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much. At the outset, I wish to thank Institute of Tourism for giving me this platform to interact with such, you can say, academicians who are so much into tourism. Means in the initial stage only, I should say that I am not from the tourist department or tourism or management or something like that. When I was asked to be a part of it, my only thought was that because I am a global trotter, from the day I joined university, I started exploring, and it made me analyze how alone I can move around. I have been to whole of Europe all alone with my one friend. I have been to UK again with my friend, and we both used to have fun. We used to synchronize the whole schedule and all, and we really loved it. So, and we keep on doing these sessions, like every year we need to have something. And regarding India also, I should say that yes, India also, I love means traveling in India. And what makes me love traveling in India is make me alive. It's full of challenges. You have adventure. You have so much beauty in temples. You have magic, and means there is truly no place like to India. And when you all are academicians who are working on the women, you can say for the entrepreneurship or for the bloggers like other people like Mridula and all, I really feel that India has to have that particular motive, so that we from so far to sunrise hike or cycling or to visit something which is unique in its own place. So we need to focus on it, because India has so much to give. It has the globe wisdom tradition. It has architect. It has got variety of clothing. The music and dance from north to south has got, you can say, such a vastness that when you develop the essence of that beauty, you suddenly feel that you are very relaxed. And when such type of people, when such type of things, uh, you can say, just pack it up and you go to Karnataka, if you go to Agartala, if you go to Jammu and Kashmir, every place has got its own beauty. So my request is to all those academicians in management and tourism, they should come up with such viable projects that they show or they showcase such the beauty of India, means not the stereotype that all what is being means how to develop and all, but also the beauty, so that the and the areas where women can tell the storytelling. So storytelling can also be incorporated in your syllabi or whatever you develop, because see, every day we write a story, and that story has got the same characters, or the characters keep on changing, but you are same. So what happens is that daily the opening and the shutting part has got a different platform, a different avenue, and it's so beautiful. When you ask the students also, they can come up with such means in your projects and all, where you can ask them to narrate, you can say, the visual opportunities where they felt that how that particular moment, that particular destination incited them to see more. And we from India are proud to be Indians, because every temple has a story, every, you can say, the construction itself has a story, and people are really dying to narrate those stories to those people who are coming, not only from other cities and all. And we belong to Kota city, a place where, you can say, amalgamation of whole of India is there for the of students who wish to be IITians, engineers, doctors, CAs and all. And when they come here, they really feel that India means India is there in Kota also. So when you see and everything, I feel is that you are discovering, you are learning, and I think India is unparalleled. Means I have been visiting many places, but the vastness, the diversity which you have in India, which have been, you can say, taken down by many bloggers. Many, you can say, are narrating things. Mridula, Renuka, Pia Bahadur, Toma Jaibin. And these people, they are focusing on how to attract these female writers. They are trying to attract the tourist to India. So I just want to say that keep writing the stories, because stories have their own uniqueness. And when you tell the impact of globalization and the global political things and all, the complexity of life, we are all there for you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
What a wonderful speech, I must say. Professor Shamta, it doesn't look like that you are not from tourism background. You talked about so wonderfully. In fact, the maximum of the listeners and the speakers are from tourism background, and they all are agree on this, that storytelling is something on which we all are working upon, and you rightly talked about it. This particular topic, storytelling in tourism industry, is it's emerged as a wonderful and most powerful and effective tool in the industry, because it goes beyond simply presenting the facts and the figures and historical dates, etc. It creates an emotional connection with the travelers, and it transforms passive visit into a meaningful and memorable experience for the tourists. So you
That's
rightly said that storytelling is so much important in tourism and hospitality industry. And the bloggers, of course, they are doing really wonderful. Even I have to say, because students are with us, even they are doing really good, because they are the best storytellers. And maximum listeners with us who are from India, no one can forget about the Panchatantra ki kahaniya, the stories of Panchatantra. So when we were kids, even till date we remember these things are still in. Maybe I don't remember something from my syllabus when I was a child, but I remember the Panchatantra stories. So this is the impact of the stories on the human mind, on the human brain, that It connects you emotionally and it never fed from your memory. So you rightly address this issue that storytelling is must. And let me tell you one more thing here. This is add-on from my side that when women are telling the stories, it's look more fascinating and more realistic and more more good, because the expression which a female can give, certainly the man cannot give that. Please don't mind the males who are with us, because but it's true. Okay.
They're
So now,
emotionally attached with people.
yeah, females are actually considered like more emotional also,
They are
so we
more
can connect and
aesthetics
relate.
also.
Yep.
And aesthetic
So,
also. So we have a better story understanding and
oh,
telling.
by the so you very rightly said that
Thank you.
women
Thank
role
you.
in storytelling and tourism and hospitality is very much needed and it is very much important. So yes, I will try my best to make my students learn how to create stories. Thanks for the wonderful idea. So now, who is Manpreet Arora? Dr. Manpreet Arora with us. It is coming on the website like, who is Manpreet Arora? Because this is our page is certainly speaks like this: the photograph of the speaker, and then who is Manpreet Arora. So let me tell you, Manpreet Arora, Dr. Manpreet Arora, other than this designation as an associate professor in commerce and in management at the Central University of Himachal Pradesh, Dharamshala, let me tell you, a very wonderful lady, very wonderful human being, very down to earth lady, very brilliant lady, working always on new things, on unique things. And she is a very hardworking lady who is working from last so many years in this particular industry. She is a gold medalist, and she have already above 60 Scoopers Index documents in her credentials. And her research work is on global level. She had 35 plus papers in the prestigious national and international journals indexed in Scoopers and Web of Science and other esteemed categories. And she has already contributed 70 book chapters in the leading publication houses like Emerald, Routledge, Cab International, Springer Nature, and CRC Press. So without taking much of the time, I would like to invite Dr. Arora for her address. Over to you, Dr. Arora.
Thank you, Dr. Anukriti. First of all, congratulations from my side to be as professor today. And it's an incredible achievement you have achieved in your life after such a long time. Thanks a lot to Reza that he always gives me an opportunity to talk about tourism. Though, again, I'm not from tourism, but I like to research, as you said, on the area of tourism. And I have shared so many books with Dr. Sharma on tourism, and ma'am was talking about storytelling. Ma'am, our book on case studies, which is totally on narratives, real life narratives, especially on tourism, is coming from Emerald very soon, and it will be online maybe in the month of October itself. So before I show my presentation, let me give certain opening remarks that how I feel about women in tourism. So when we talk about women, women are increasingly transforming the face of tourism, especially in India, by stepping beyond the traditional roles and creating newer pathways of economic as well as social empowerment, I must say. Historically, as we all know, tourism in India was dominated by male entrepreneurs, guides, and service providers. But today, women are taking charge as homestay owners, tour coordinators, cultural ambassadors, drivers, and even policy influencers in the field of tourism and hospitality. This change is not only enhancing the inclusivity of the tourism industry, but it is also reshaping how destinations are experienced by the travelers, particularly women. One of the most significant transformations which is visible these days is the rise of women-friendly tourism initiatives. For example, Kerala in India has pioneered this movement through its responsible tourism mission, equipping women with skills in guiding, storytelling, guest handling, digital marketing, and hospitality management. So Kerala is striving to become India's first state which is fully women-friendly tourism destination, offering all women tour packages where services ranging from accommodation to transportation are managed exclusively by women. Same is the case of Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand also. These initiatives ensure not only safety and inclusivity, but also position the states as an attractive destinations for solo women travelers, female tourist groups, thereby adding a very strong brand advantage, I must say. So beyond the organized state projects, women-led enterprises have flourished in rural and semi-urban regions across India. Homestays which are managed by women are becoming hubs of authentic cultural exchanges and sustainable tourism. In Madhya Pradesh, for example, women have established mud homestays under various state-supported programs which offer travelers a taste of rural life while generating a steady income to their families. Similar stories, they emerge from Assam, Sikkim, Himachal, where women entrepreneurs are combining local cuisine, crafts, and folklore with the hospitality to create holistic tourism experiences. By doing so, they not only diversify the tourism economy, but they also preserve and showcase their cultural heritage. I have certain more examples which I've collected through my research. I'll show you in my PPT where you'll see that how the women are transforming the face of tourism. I hope my PPT is visible at this point of time. And I'll go to the full screen so that you can have a better picture of that. So when we talk about women transforming tourism in India, I talk about inclusive pathways for sustainable development also. So women are not only reshaping the India's tourism landscape, some are very quiet also, and they're acting as entrepreneurs. They are managing homestays, cafes, they are working as guides, they are promoting crafts and culinary experiences. As community leaders, I must say they are steering the destination planning and are acting as innovators who remark travel products to be more inclusive, sustainable, and locally rooted. What actually is changing? The big picture is shifting. Women are shifting tourism away from extractive seasonal models towards various community-centered year-round livelihoods. They are turning household skills, food, craft, and other aspects related with the tourism and hospitality into paid visitor experiences. They are running community homestays. They are becoming certified guides and running niche tour products. They are leading social enterprises, cafes, and visitor centers that function as workplaces which are very safe, and they advocate these platforms. So this movement improves local incomes, keeps tourism earnings inside the communities, and increases safety and accessibility for the women travelers. Let me take one case study over here, that is Shiro's Hangout. It's a cafe run by the acid attack survivors in Agra, Lucknow, Varanasi. Tourism and social advocacy plus employment is the best example by this case study, which creates dignified workplaces and unique visitor experiences. It is a cafe run by acid attack survivors that has become both a tourism stop and powerful brand image has been created in the society by this cafe. Shiro's trains survivors in hospitality. They tell them how to bake and in front of housework. Their visitors come for the food and the story also. And the enterprise provides dignity, skills, and steady income to the women who otherwise face severe employment discrimination. It's a very clear example of tourism creating a safe workplace, social rehabilitation, and advocacy through the visitor engagement. These are some of the women who are working as Shiros, and they are, placing tourism in a very beautiful manner. Case study 2, it's for Himachal homestays. Women-led homestays, they are supported by self-help groups. They enhance incomes. They help to reduce the rural-urban migration. They're helping preserving the cultural traditions and hospitality. There's so many studies and program evaluations which document that homestays run by women, they are increasing household income of the women, their families, they are helping to build new skills, bookkeeping, marketing, position women as local micro entrepreneurs. They make decisions about guest experiences and pricing also. So these enterprises, they help to slow the rural-urban migration by creating viable livelihoods in situ. Himalayan Arc Uttarakhand is another a beautiful example, and it was featured in Outlook Traveler also. This unique homestay is a part of community-led tourism initiative in Greater Himalaya, which supports the managed tourism activities by local mountain women. It's led by a team of dedicated women from the region, and this social enterprise was founded by Viradi, a resilient subsistence farmer who is an active member of Mountain Village community in Uttarakhand. She seeks to deepen the connection with nature, offering ample space for personal reflection and growth. Same is the case of Tikak Homestay at Arunachal Pradesh, which is managed by vibrant entrepreneur Bella, which serves as a gateway to renowned Namdapa National Park, Zoo, and Wildlife Museum. This venture provides thriving experience and offers pickles, jams, and more, ensuring not only memorable visit, but how tourism can support entrepreneurship and women-led enterprises. Same is the case of Jungle Trails Homestay in Goa, which is a testament of the sustainable tourism and warm hospitality. This charming homestay, managed entirely by a dedicated team of women and was established in 2017, has garnered attention nationwide for its traditional appeal and eco-friendly ethos. Guests are captivated because the experiences are beautiful. The local cuisine is prepared by the village women, which is served over there. The staff of skilled local women works there, and the homestay has gained acclaim for its exceptional home-cooked meals crafted with locally sourced ingredients, etc. Same is the case of Atithi Parine in Maharashtra, and it's a very simple and humble place to live near nature, where the duo of mother-daughter are handling this homestay, and it also featured in Outlook. Uttarakhand is known for tourism, and its Kari village is the beautiful example where the Taru Shikha, she is an artist, and her artistic vision and attention to the detail are shown and evident in every aspect of this heaven, from the carefully tended garden to captivating live music performances that grace its grounds. Women guides are revolutionizing Indian soils, breaking barriers in Jaipur, Delhi, Rajasthan. Safer for solo women travelers, offering unique perspectives and storytellings. Female guides are increasingly visible in heritage cities and eco destinations. Their presence is mattering a lot. Why? Because many solo female travelers, they prefer women guides and for comfort and safety, whereas media profiles and field reports show that women overcoming harassment and cultural barriers often lead to walking tours and specialized experiences. One most beautiful experience which I'm working upon presently is village level SHG tourism, where community tourism initiatives that explicitly include women in leadership have been formally recognized. And in many states of India, the self-help group programs based on tourism are working very efficiently. These are some pictures taken by me and my student, where SHG initiative in Himachal Pradesh are not only supporting tourism, but they are helping the indigenous, the cookery cuisines and other aspects related with the tourism to be brought into light by various initiatives of these ladies, which are worked through these ladies all over the store. They have got premium store known as Him Era. Government is supporting that store in Himachal Pradesh. Various SHG initiatives are run equally importantly. Aspects of the traditional arts in these things are going on in these shops at various places in Himachal Pradesh. You can see that the local cuisines like Sepu Badi, the Shira, they are managed, packaged, marketed by these women, and they are not only supporting the tourism activities, but they are having to give them superior benefits, which people come and visit these places in the way of souvenirs also. Various entrepreneurial activities supporting jam making, pickle making are helping to manage these entrepreneurial activities by the women only. So all these SHG initiatives in Himachal Pradesh are women-led. They're supporting tourism. They're helping to revive the indigenous knowledges. They're helping to protect the local cuisines and taking forward their legacies. So what are exactly the impacts and outcomes? There is increased income by women. Economic independence for the women in many communities is there. There is improved safety and amenities for the women travelers in those destinations. There is greater visibility of women's role, breaking gender stereotypes. More diversified tourism offerings are there. They're attracting niche market segments also. There are so many future opportunities also. They help to maximize and sustain this transformation, where scaling up successful models to more states and rural areas could be there. With this, we can enhance digital platforms to connect women-led tourism units with travelers globally. They can ensure better financial inclusion, leading to microfinance, subsidies, grants, etc. We can promote tourism in that respect, where local culture and environment can help us to control the over commercialization or exploitation of any segment of the society. So women in the tourism industry are not only doing well, they are contributing towards sustainable development goals. Taking last 1 minute, I would like to shed light on what, in my opinion, is contributed by the women of India in the tourism sector towards sustainable development goals is SDG 5, which is gender equality. Women-led homestays, travel agencies, community tourism projects, they demonstrate that industry can provide dignified and visible role for the women, not only in their homes, but outside their homes also. Various examples I have already quoted from Kerala, HP, Madhya Pradesh, Sikkim, where the women are acting more than men, allowing them to challenge entrenched gender stereotypes, securing leadership positions within the tourism value chain. Their participation is creating safer, more inclusive spaces for the women travelers, reinforcing the tourism as a sector that advances equality both for workers and consumers. When we talk about SDG 8, the decent work and economic growth, women are at the forefront of this transformation. They are not only running small-scale enterprises as homestays, handicraft outlets, ecotourism ventures, women are generating employment opportunities in rural and tribal areas where few alternatives are existing. This not only is diversifying their household incomes, but is also reducing their migration pressures, ensuring economic growth benefits to the local communities. And these initiatives are helping their family welfare, children education is increasing, community projects are increasing, multiplying the developmental impact of their work. Similarly, SDG 12, where responsible consumption and production is there. SDG 13, climate action by organic farming, waste reduction, local raw material usage is contributed by the women in various aspects in India. Sustainable cities and communities, that is SDG 11, women are contributing it by reviving the cultural practices, showcasing the indigenous knowledge through festivals, storytelling, and culinary experiences. And their work helps in conserving intangible heritage, instills pride within the communities, offering travelers deeper, more meaningful experiences. Last but not the least, no poverty and SDG 10, that is reduced inequalities. By entering into this area, the marginalized backgrounds are thrived. Tribal groups, rural areas, rural income households, they are able to access sustainable livelihoods and they reduce the economic disparities. Community tourism initiatives, they are driven by women, which create inclusive development models that benefit not only the entrepreneurs, but suppliers, artisans, and other local actors connected to the tourism chain. I hope with this deliberation of mine, you are now more inclined towards that how women are contributing towards the sustainable development goal through the tourism as an industry. To all the beautiful women all around the world and in this seminar, my salute to you as ladies, as you contribute a great towards not only towards your families, but your nation as a whole. Thank you very much.
Wow, it's really so wonderful, Dr. Arora. As I already said that, You're really working very hard in this particular industry as an academician, as a researcher, as a scholar. And very timely discussion, very rightly you addressed all the issues, especially when you have connected the women and tourism industry with the SDGs. That's really clicked me a lot. And in fact, I would like to offer a new book on these SDGs. We can plan it now. Anyways, and the rise
Sure.
of the women-led homestays is also very rightfully you address this issue also very. It's again something which is growing like anything in India, especially if I talk about the rural areas or the offbeat destination, because it is directly linked with the increasing demand for the authentic, travel experience these days after COVID, especially. The travelers, whether it is domestic or international, they really want some authentic experience. They really want some organic things. They really want some, things which are less polluted and less crowded places. And in this situation, homestays are coming up like anything. And especially the
Yes.
role of women in these homestays is certainly very much important. And there is a change in the taste of the tourists, because now they are like they want to connect more with the local culture, with the traditions, with the localites, with the people, which certainly the big hotels cannot offer them. And the third point, which I can relate with your, this particular presentation, and because homestays are like more cheaper also, if we'll evaluate the price is also less of the homestays rather than if we'll compare it any with 5 star, 7 star, or any, big resort. So when a traveler can get everything in less amount, more authentic, more realistic, more organic, definitely homestays are something which are going to give a big platform to the Indian women. Actually, it is already started giving. But yes, if the women, and they are uniquely doing it actually in India. So definitely it is a point where the government should also focus more on this, and we can
Yeah,
connect the
actually, you were giving
SDGs.
us way less time, so I would have loved to talk about the policy implications, because
No,
policy
but
implications are
yeah,
much.
yeah,
Yes.
policy implications are required, but you have given the notable examples of these, women and homestays like that Himalayan Ark, and then Atithi, one from the Maharashtra, and the Jungle Trails homestays. So, Goa, so, I mean, it is a complete package which has delivered us. You started from homestays, then the case studies and the storytellings, and then you have sum up it with the SDGs. I really, really thankful for giving our, the audience is such a good knowledge and information about the homestays which are run by the women, or the cafeterias which are women running like the Shiro. It is really a very wonderful case studies, and students can work upon it further. Thank you so much for giving your valuable time
Thank you.
and knowledge.
Thank you for the
Thanks a lot.
opportunity. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
So, moving towards our next speaker, who is certainly very humble, Dr. Anila Thomas. I would like to introduce Dr. Anila Thomas, and I know her from last many years, and she is a very I know her in person, so she's a very down to earth lady, very very disciplined, and a lady who always value the time. If she's giving some deadline, she will do it on that deadline. I notice it personally that she is very much focused on her work, as well as specifically if I talk about the research. She's really a hardworking lady, and she's working in this industry, particularly focused on the vocational training and development in tourism. And after completion of her thesis, she started, plan out some new things, and then she took up tourism as something which is very much important. And eventually, she shifted her research work for geographical resources and tourism, then rural tourism, destination marketing, destination planning and policy making, and specifically the women's contribution in the field of tourism. And last but not the least, which is again very important, that is community involvement for sustaining tourism resources. So even if I want to summarize her achievements, it's again a very big thing. I request everyone to please go on the Babbling and please watch her bio. You will be mesmerized to see her contribution in the tourism industry as an academician, as a researcher, and as a scholar. So I welcome you, Dr. Anila Thomas, who is currently working in the Jyoti Niwas College as the head of the Department of Tourism Management. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, Professor Anukriti. I sincerely thank Dr. Reza no, it's a great pleasure for me to be gathered, to be part of the Augustus gathering. I don't want to take much time in the kind of know the theory because all the speakers know quite I was very humbled to hear from so many angles. Like women means when you're talking about the voice of women, because it was something very very interesting to hear, because every day we are hearing the voice of our own. Different road. You're hearing from your mother, you're hearing from your sister, or no, like in different discipline of different areas we are hearing. But why this kind of topic has come to the front? I just want to share my screen so that I'll be able to take a little more in-depth kind of the concept which I personally want to focus. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Thank you. Yes. Why I have mentioned the voice of women, because many times the voice is there, but it is unnoticed. Because I just want to give this word unnoticed, because many times, see, you can hear, but everything you're hearing may not go in depth. So the voice of women, it's there, but sometimes it is unnoticed. So I just want to explore the possibility to bring a little bit limelight to certain areas which women is trying to contribute. So basically, when I'm going through the areas, I just got homestays already. Many of my co-speakers, they were mentioning the homestays. But I just want to focus on the three different aspects of, I'm not going in depth to the homestay, but I just focusing on the southern region, which I belong to. And I'm from Kerala. And the place where the women, the development of the activity, the initiatives, it just started. You all have heard of Kudumbashree, because this is the SHG, the initiative with the support of Kerala government. The Kudumbashree unit, that was the time when the women, it took further. They have come to the forefront, and they started and different kind of initiatives which actually supported the local the regions. So bringing women together, that is what the Kudumbashree unit, they started with that special concept, and they were supporting. It's not only coming together, they also in different angle, they were trying to bring the kind of initiatives which is actually in smaller level, but it has a very, very, kind of very significant kind of meaning to it. Okay. So I am focusing on the culinary aspects, community-based tourism, as well as the handicraft, that is the cultural transmissions. So when I'm just, taking it a little bit in depth, I just want to give you an idea, like both traditional as well as professional workforce, it is required for the tourism industry to survive. But many times we are thinking that the professional workforce only will get the limelight. There are many kind of the jobs, the many kind of occupations which are very traditional, which are unnoticed. That's why I'm trying to give this kind of picture, because in the previous picture, you can see many times you have seen the airport, how the women, that is more professionally trained workforce, but there are some of the region, you can see the other two pictures, like it's showing one, the boat driver, the driving the boat, the woman, as well as the taxi driver. So nowadays they are, though there are, but many times people are not unnoticed the presence of them. Second, this is very, very kind of thing I really enjoy, because this is one of my research area, that is medical, Ayurvedic medical tourism. So there are many times, I can just say that normally in Kerala, like I already said I belong to the Kerala. I was born and brought up in the rural regions of Kerala, and there basically we didn't go for. We have a lifestyle. This is actually very, very disciplined and very. It's actually laid down by our grandmothers itself. So we have a kind of tradition where we used to eat, we used to everything, like the entire habit is formed with the support of grandmother. I'm not saying grandfather, obviously grandfather is there, but still we belong, we actually more connected to the to grandmother, because many times we'll get scolding, many times we will get even it's actually the kind of the support, it's actually making us more strong, okay, when we are getting that kind of disciplined support. Here, I just want to say that why I mentioned this medical tourism here, there are many occupations directly and indirectly connected to Ayurveda as well as the other traditional kind of disciplines, medical disciplines. So there, many times people are, I mean, especially the rural women, they have a different kind of role they are playing. But the thing is, many times it is not come to the limelight. Maybe it may be because of the male dominated kind of system we have. I'm not saying the currently, I'm not going to any controversial kind of statement, but I just say this is what basically the women, when we are many times the traditional practices are it's not for any income or any kind of it's not an occupation basically for a woman. When I'm talking about the rural women, they are actually doing it. Maybe it's a support for the male, the male member, or if it's a family tradition, they will be doing. But many times these kind of occupation, direct or indirect kind of occupations connected with the medical tourism or Ayurvedic medical treatments, many times it's actually some of the occupations are unnoticed still. I have also noticed many times the Kudumbashree unit. This is one of the self-help group initiatives started in Kerala. There, they have actually started cultivating the medical plants. So this is not that you have to have a huge investment or those kind of. The investment are not required, but still many times the rural women, if they are getting a small support in their home garden, like kitchen garden itself, many times they are actually trying to give such kind of support. The other the picture which I was shown, this is actually the tea tourism. Many of the rural regions, like especially in the Munnar or Devikulam, there are the Idukki district especially, there are a lot of gardens, tea gardens are there, and you can see majority is it's owned, but only you can see that leaf pluckers are only they are actually the most prominent kind of the group. The women group, they are there to support tea tourism, but many times it was not mentioned. Every time used to say that it's beautiful, the destination is beautiful, or the kind of the entire nature is beautiful, but many times this community which are actually supported with the tea plantations, they are actually not highlighted so well. This is another kind of the area where the Kerala, it's actually showing more focus on the indigenous culture, that is the cottage industries connected with the coir. So you know that Kerala, they have a huge kind of wealth. Coconut plantations are there, and many times most of the products are the local products are made with the support of the women, and this is also many times are not. Many people are not even aware. They're actually, it's not that you don't need a huge kind of factory setup or anything required. It's in the house premise itself they are trying to. This is like a local kind of scene. This is many of the Alleppey district when you are going. You can see many houses. This is also a kind of experiential learning. You can also see that the tourism, how women is supporting there. Even you can see the farm tourism. I have also in my childhood have seen that many times the cultivation, the paddy fields, but nowadays it is not. It's like in a picture or it's like in movies only you will be able to see. But this is the reality many things we are actually missing. Okay, and yeah, this is, as I'm not focusing only on Kerala, I'm also want to bring to your notice some of the things which even in Karnataka, neighboring states, like this is many have, many people have known about the Channapatna toys are the world famous toys, and many communities are actually connected with these practice. And this is like there are many artisans, and the families are you can see that it is inherited, and either you can see it will be the women are just a supporting role, or I haven't noticed many coming forward this is a women entrepreneur or those kind status they are getting it. Then coming to the custom, the traditional, we all have the kind of, it's actually it's part of our life that many traditional, the regional customs and traditions, many festivities are there. So all these are showing the presence of women, how traditionally, how the customs and the tradition, how we are actually passing to the next generation. So even you can see that there are different regional culture, like especially the Kodava. You can see that in Coorg, in Karnataka, you can see there are many customs still. It is authentic. No, this is. I'm just saying that this is the kind of practice which women have. The women are supporting. This is one of the very important asset for tourism sector. And some of the performing arts. Yes, I just would like to, here also you can see that, even the women, their role is also being recognized. Even you can see the Yakshagana, that is one of the famous, the traditional Indian theater form, and it is developed in Karnataka. You can see many times now, I personally know there are many students. One of my student, she is now she's she's become my colleague itself. She's actually performed this Yakshagana. Still, we can feel proud, that even that is also possible for us. Even the performance, it's not like gender related or anything like, but still people are now slowly, with the support of even maybe the family or with the support of peer, all are actually trying, they are able to come out. And yes, this is, I just wanted, because I told you, as Anukriti correctly said, my area, it is more of women as well as community. So maximum I will try to project what I have learned, what I have experienced, the kind of the culinary skills which basically the skills which we are actually missing our mother. I think when all the speakers were talking, it has come to my mind, we always feel like homesickness. Like how can you connect it with our own region? Okay, there is like a homesickness going back to our own family, our own kind of tradition. This is what from our grandmother really it is getting. So the kind of culinary skill, that is also in a way it is showing, it is actually passing the kind of tradition to the next generation, which actually sometimes unnoticed. I'm just saying that. And here I just want to add one more thing. Nowadays I have seen many women, they are coming forward with the blog, with the vlog, I can say, because it's like a food channel, or they are actually trying to show. It's not that they are in a very well dressed or very with lot of makeup or those kind of things, very professionally. They are not trained how to take videos, or then they are not actually experts, but still they are able to shoot their video in their own level and in their own language, and they are trying to like pass this information so that people are also familiar, their own locality, along with the food, the cooking, the kind of videos. They also will try to, they are actually trying to describe their the premise itself, in the sense the area itself. So whatever is available. So in a way, this is more informative as well as experiential. And we are also trying to, yes, homestays, already I think co-speakers, they also have covered that part. So here the Kudumbashree, I mean, I think I have covered the maximum kind of, the topic, which, because I already said that there are three important aspects I would like to, that the culture, culinary, as well as the medical, as well as, the Kudumbashree units. Okay, so I just thank, and there are many things I want to, but it's not like in one, what do you say, in some 5 or 10 minutes. This is actually opening, I mean, it's a kind of occasion where everybody are coming together. You're actually opening it's like a small talk started, but it should go so further. I just want to conclude with, I have to say that now you can see people are actually survived. I cannot say that survived, because we are actually living. Okay, but it is visibly, the leadership is seen there, and this you have to have a community where you can see that if you are strong, if you're strengthening your community well-being, and you are sustaining the resources, then only you can say completely the voice of, because voice of women is heard as well as it is noticed. Okay, thank you so much, Anukriti. And I just thank Dr. Rasa also for giving me the opportunity. And I will be looking forward to have more associations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ananya Thomas. Your presentation is not only practical, but at the same time, it is emotional also. I was really feeling so emotional and so heart-touched when you were saying that we are missing our mothers and we are missing our grandmothers and all. It is so true, those pickles and those cuisines, we certainly never can get them again. Very right. And in fact, Dr. Arora stressed upon the cafeterias and homestays, and then you have taken that journey further to the tea tourism, which I really like your idea, and why we can't connect tea tourism and women. The role of women in tea tourism, it is quite ignored one area. So yes, we can talk about it. And then medical tourism also, because people are coming from all over the globe, almost in India, for because of the increasing demand of the medical wellness and Ayurveda. And when we are talking about specifically for the massages of Ayurveda and the treatments of Ayurveda, that time the women play certainly the major role, right? So certainly we need to work upon these untapped areas which have more potential, and they are certainly can give wings to the females, to the women of India in different tourism sectors. Moreover, you stressed upon the gastronomy, on the food tourism, and I can say on the culinary arts, where you are talking about the food and about the blogs. So here, because the students are also connected with us, and you raised a very right point that at times, females, they are trying, at least they are trying, and I really appreciate it. They're trying to make the videos of cooking food and the authentic dishes. They are bringing it to the globe uh, uh, through the help of the blogs, through the help of their videos, YouTube channels. But at times they are not that level trained that in a professional way they will be able to represent. So yes, I have an idea here, because a lot of persons who are listening to us are from college and university and institutions backgrounds. We can plan some type of workshop exclusively for these sort of females, that how they can make some professional videos of the cuisines, of the gastronomy, which they really want to bring out in front of the world. So yes, this is a great idea. Then when we are talking about the farm tourism, the role of women cannot be ignored in farm tourism also. It is very much important, certainly. So, these small efforts can bring big impact on the tourism industry and as an on individual women as well. So I think yes, the areas which you touched, like the role of women in tea tourism, the role of women in Ayurveda or medical or wellness tourism, the role of women in farm tourism is certainly, or the role of women in taking the gastronomy of India on global level is certainly very much important to be discussed. Thank you so much for pondering upon these relevant issues. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Anu.
Okay, so now last but not the least, we have a very young, dynamic speaker with us, Dr. Rupa Sinha. And uh, this lady, I have to say, is again very, very charming, very brilliant, very hardworking. In such a small age, I have to say she's very young, and in such a age, she have n number of credentials. You know, she is currently working as tourism instructor at Eden College, British Columbia, Canada, and she is pursuing her second doctorate in business administration from the Golden Gate University at San Francisco. And I must say that in this age, if she is pursuing a second doctorate, I really have to appreciate. Earned her first PhD in tourism administration and management from Pacific Academy of Higher Education and Research University, Rajasthan in India in 2019. And then she worked with the European Global University Amity. She worked with SRM University as well. And she served as an head of the department, as a board study of members, and as a very important member of NAC committee. And her research area includes the cultural and heritage tourism development, community-based tourism, sustainability, cultural and behavioral studies, consumer behavior, marketing management, and digital innovations. She has attended and presented research papers in number of national and international workshops, FDPs, seminars, conferences, and also invited as a keynote speaker and delegate from several national and international bodies. So far, she has more than 40 academic publications in reputed journals and edited books. And additionally, she is also a reviewer and associate editor of many peer-reviewed journals. And I must say that this lady is not only working for Indian tourism, besides that, she is working for many of the academics and the institutions which are outside India. So I welcome Dr. Rupa Sinha to address for her kind address. Can I have my last speaker?
Thank you, ma'am. And thank you for the wonderful introductions. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here today. Thanks, Dr. Reza and Dr. Anukriti Sharma, ma'am, for having me and giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts in this platform. So much of what I had planned to share that has been wonderfully addressed by my previous eminent speakers. So I will just highlight a couple of fresh perspectives to complement their points. So we already learned that tourism is not just about visiting places. It's about creating opportunities, breaking barriers, and telling stories. So and of course, some of the most powerful stories today are being written by women in this industry. So the challenge, as we all know, like the globally women make up more than half of the tourism workforce. But the challenge is they're often in low paid or very informal roles with very few in leadership. But at the same time, as the world is progressing, tourism provides provides a low barrier to entry, like with skills in cooking, hospitality, crafts, or storytelling. Like women can quickly start micro enterprises, as already mentioned by my previous eminent speakers, like the homestays, food stalls, or any guiding services. So these create independence, visibility, and recognition. So tourism creates micro entrepreneurship opportunities. Like I remember visiting a small guest house in Udaipur, Rajasthan, where a woman initially just was helping in the kitchen, now runs the entire property. So tourism gave her a path to leadership. So this is why focusing on women is not optional, it's transformative, as already mentioned by I must say Dr. Sunita ma'am. Yeah, it's transformative. So when women lead, destination transform. Right. So when women are empowered in tourism, it strengthens all three pillars of sustainability, like economically, economically, women-led businesses diversify incomes, making families less vulnerable. Socially, we can say that gender equity builds stronger, more resilient communities. Environmentally, also, women-led initiatives are often eco-friendly. So if we can take the eco-tourism ventures that already mentioned, like in Kerala, when where women run like recycle-based homestays. So these directly support the UN Sustainable Development Goals like gender equity, decent work like Sustainable Development Goals 5, 8, responsible consumption and climate action. So there are eco-friendly practices like the organic farming, cultural festivals, handicrafts. So make tourism more sustainable and resilient to climate change. So like if we talk about that, why women-led business matter? Because women-led travel business in India are breaking stereotypes. Like in 2 years back, I met a group of women trek leaders in Himachal Pradesh. Dr. Arora already has discussed like the many achievements by women in tourism industry and also the how women are thriving in this industry. Like so I met a group of women trek leaders in Himachal. So they are not guiding just Indian tourists, but also international traveler through the Himalayas. So their approach was very different because by these guiding services, like it was, they cared the safety, inclusivity, and respect for the environment that came first. So this is why women-led business matter. They bring innovation and they bring humanity to tourism. If we talk about the progress in India, like how far the India is progressing, like India is definitely, the if we like the see the statistics, the progress is definitely encouraging because women now from India, so like the from the tourism India's tourism and hospitality workforce almost half like the 50%, more than 50%, like from ecotourism ventures in the Northeast, like already mentioned by Manpreet ma'am, Northeast to Arunachal Pradesh, like not, or also, or maybe the, if we talk about the cultural tourism in Rajasthan, women are redefining the hospitality sector. Or also we must say the one example is women-led homestays in Meghalaya, where visitors not only stay but also learn weaving and cooking from the Khasi community, from the host. So these experiences go beyond business. They preserve culture. They transfer the culture to the next generation through the oral traditions. So despite challenges, I'm talking about all the success stories, but there are challenges. Women are rewriting their script, I must say. Like ma'am, Dr. Anita Thomas ma'am already just mentioned about the Kudumbasri in Kerala that has empowered 3 million women through self-help groups. In Gujarat, like the Seva artisans already have taken like the craft tourism globally. In Himachal and Meghalaya, women-run homestays are creating income while preserving their local culture. So these are not just business; they are movements of change. So, of course, challenges remain. Gender stereotypes, cultural norms still hold many women back in our society. So like also like the access to finance training is very limited, ma'am. Dr. Sarma has already mentioned like the like and balancing professional growth with family expectation is very tough, like we known as the caregivers. So a young entrepreneur in Gujarat once told me, like while I was traveling to Ahmedabad, like he told that she told that I had the ideas, but no one believed in me until I proved myself twice over. So that's the reality many women face, I believe, because but also I believe that resilience keeps them moving forward. But like there is a pathway, the lot of things, governments are already, a lot of government schemes, initiatives have been taken, and also the UN, like the UN tourism, like the sustainable development goals, all are all the international bodies are talking about women women empowerment, women entrepreneurship. So all these things, there are solutions and pathways. So how do we strengthen this movement? Like, for me, we need to, invest in training, mentorship and digital skills. Like nowadays, digital literacy, digital skills is utmost important thing. Provide easier access to finance, or maybe create policies that guarantee equity, and most importantly showcase women leaders as role models. Like one powerful example I must bring here, like in Rajasthan, a digital training program for rural women that transformed them into online hosts for their homestays. So suddenly they had direct access to global travelers. Only the digital training program was provided to all those self-help group women. So so there are pathways we need to invest. And my call to action would be very simple. Like, let us invest in womanly tourism business, promote equal opportunities, and celebrate women leaders. So when tourism becomes inclusive, everyone wins. Communities thrive, cultures are preserved, and development becomes sustainable. As the fourth largest economy, India's women can be a global model. So if we unlock their potential, work on the untapped areas, tourism can fuel inclusive growth. So not just in India, but worldwide. So to conclude, I can say that women empowerment in tourism is not a charity, it's a strategy. So when women thrive, tourism transforms. Thank you, and thank you everyone. And thank you for the opportunity again. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rupa. What a wonderful presentation. I am saying, in such a young age, you have very in-depth knowledge. And you address both the things, the opportunities for the Indian women in the tourism and hospitality industry, as well as the challenges. And I really believe that, yes, we have n number of opportunities for Indian women in this industry. But at the same time, they are facing lots of challenges, like the glass ceiling, gender discrimination is there,
Yeah.
work-life balance is there, then the safety and security concerns are there. Then sometimes the social and cultural hindrances are also there. The late nights, and to handle the male tourists, and to wearing, even sometimes, you will not believe, but this is true. I'm not sure this is the right platform to say it or not, but as we are the academicians, as we are the teachers, and we are openly making a discussion, we have to put a right and true picture. We really need to work upon this particular area a lot. Even if we all know the truth, we all know the reality, we all know the contribution of female, not from today, from ages in this tourism and hospitality industry, but still the recognition which they really deserve, they are not getting it. Till date, they are fighting, like Dr. Rupert, she just said that it is not a charity. Actually, it is a right. But we are giving it as a charity to the females, to the women of India, that, okay, we are allowing you, we are giving you the permission now to jump into tourism and hospitality industry, which is certainly not acceptable. So I have to say that this webinar on the Indian women's voices are actually, it's a voice, it's not a whisper, and it's a powerful force why we have gathered together here. And it is a voice of a mother, it is a voice of a daughter, it is a voice of an artist, it is a voice of an entrepreneur, it is a voice of a female who is cooking in the kitchen, and even it is a voice of the female leader who really want to come up with new and innovative ideas. Like my just the last speaker just said that she met someone who really wanted to present her ideas, but no one believed on her ideas unless she then proved herself. So you can see how many challenges the Indian females, the women, are already facing. And that's the reason why we have kept this title, that why the Indian women need the voice, why we really need to address these issues. In fact, I would request Professor Reza, and as well as at the same time, I would request Mr. Ajay Prakash, who is the president of Travel Agents Federation of India and International Institute for Peace Through Tourism, that please try to focus more on such areas, on such things, because in India still the role of women is on not that level which is actually needed, which is actually required. And at times the roles which are giving to them are not acceptable also. So like the low income, like the low pay in comparison of a male is provided to or offered to a female, and that is certainly not acceptable, but this is the truth and it is going on in India. So yes, from this platform I request everyone to please be more attentive, try to raise. Our government is running a program, Go Vocal for the Local, but from this platform I request, that's right, go vocal for the local, but go vocal for the female also. That is much needed, and that's why we are gathered here together. And I think our all the distinguished eminent speakers justified their role. They started from the culture, then they talked about the case studies, then they talked about the storytellings by the females, then they talk about the gastronomy, tea tourism, medical tourism, the glass ceiling, the discrimination, the solo women travelers, and what not. So almost they touched every area. And I request Institute of Tourism, Professor Reza, to keep the series on this particular subject. So thanks a lot to be with us, and for the patients listening. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. The platform is open for all. If you have any questions from any speakers. And you can contact them later on as well, because we have all the details on the website, and the recording will be there of this program tomorrow. So you can go through with the recording also.
Thank you so much, Professor Sharma, and congratulations becoming a professor. I don't know if there are any questions or not before we leave. I don't see anybody asking questions. So as Professor Sharma said, everything will be on our website from tomorrow, recording the biography of all the our expert panel, and it will remain there for forever. Definitely this work will continue, as the Professor Sharma said. There is lots still to do, so together we will do it. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you so
Greetings
much.
from India. Thank you so much for the eminent speakers and to the audiences as well. Thank you.
Thank you so
And
much.
keep in touch.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
ma'am.
so much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Dr. Reza. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye from Nigeria.
Bye.